Hello, everybody. This is Big Chonis. Thank you so much for joining me. Please remember to follow me on Twitter. I'm at Big Chonis. Please remember to follow me on YouTube. Hit that subscribe button. And also, please remember to give me a thumbs up if you enjoy my content. I want to talk about some Bitcoin price action. We are minutes away from closing out our daily candle here. And a couple of things I want to point out on the daily chart. I want to start with my EMA 12, EMA 26. We are in a bear cross. This happened a couple of days ago. But we're also ranging below our moving averages here, our EMAs, exponential moving averages, which are around 10.6 area. So this is our second bear cross after we've had this massive run up of a bull cross of our EMA 1226 that has held since February until this bear cross we had on July 20th confirmed, and then a fall from 10.7 all the way down to 9.1. Almost a $1,600 move there in the price action of Bitcoin bearishly reacting because of this bear cross. Now we are doing it again after bullishly crossing on August 4th and finding follow through from the 9.1 area all the way up to about 12.3. Amazing move there in price action of Bitcoin. But we gave almost all of that back, right? I mean, we didn't go all the way back, but we did find support. We wicked out below in the 90%, so we have almost 90% of that move back. And right now, from the retracement, we keep on hovering around the support area of our golden pocket. Now, this is the only golden pocket based on our most recent swing low to swing high and then the pullback of such. This is still representing a situation where we're trying to hold the most recent swing low to the swing high. But if the bottom of this move is in, then I would actually look at this differently from not coming down the mountain, but climbing back up the mountain. And climbing back up the mountain basically sets the previous swing high to the current swing low and the rejection we're seeing on the 382 Fibonacci ratio. Now, when I see something like this, where we're assuming that the low of this bearish move is in, and this was a very bearish move, this was thousands of dollars of Bitcoin wiped out in the matter of a week. And we did touch literally almost to the penny here on this candle we had on August 16th at the 382 resistance. So if I was going to look at this from a bullish standpoint, a standpoint that says, okay, even though we're bear crossing, we're going to at least begin to range and then try and attempt to break through our EMAs. And if we're able to do that, maybe we can target our golden pocket, which is around 11.3, 11.2. Okay, I can see that. That would still basically be consistent with a lower high, right? And the lower highs have been prevalent since we've had our top 13.8, 13.2, 12.2. So even 11.3, 11.2 would be nice, right? That's a nice bounce. 9.4, 10.4, 11.4, almost a $2,000 move in Bitcoin. But we're still putting in these lower lows, right? Sorry, lower highs. Haven't gotten to lower lows yet. Something like that, maybe. As we get through the rest of this month, remember, we're August still, but we got about 10, 12 days left in the month of August. So this is a scenario where we keep our support. We don't go below the mid 9Ks just yet. Keep bouncing around here. We test 10.5 again. We get above. We test our EMAs. We get above it. All right. Maybe we tickle 11K. All right. And we get up here, and then we basically are retesting this falling line of resistance. Remember, we broke out of this line of resistance if you used our previous resistance area over here. And we created this kind of a FOMO bear trap, or sorry, bull trap. It's a bull trap when you break out of a resistance only to fall back to lower. And it's a, hold on, am I saying that right? Bull trap? It's a bull, it's a bull trap, right? Yes, it's a bull trap when you're basically breaking out and then it kind of fakes you out. And it's a bear trap when you actually break support only to then rise higher. So this was a fake out. We were able to break resistance, resistance. Actually, let me be in log scale here. All right, I really want to be in log scale. And same deal, because I'm on a higher spectrum here. I'm on many months of price action. That's why I want to be on log scale. If I'm in a tighter time frame, I can be on linear. But for now, log resistance, resistance. We broke resistance. Oh, we closed above resistance. We're going to break out to all-time highs. No, you're not. Not yet, Bitcoin said. So if we are able to get back up to this area here, we would then, for a fourth time, be testing in the range of this resistance. Right now, it's around $11,000. But not only do we have this upper area of resistance, we also have this lower area of support. Now I'm just going to do just a straight edge horizontal. I'm going to put it right here at 9.1. 9.1, why 9.1? Well, 9.1 on May 30th was major resistance. Okay, $9,000. We broke above it a couple bucks. It was our first attempt for Bitcoin to break above 9K. Okay, and this big parabolic bullish move here. I'm going to lose my EMAs for just a moment here. Clean the chart up a little bit. And this 9.1 was blasted through. We went from 9.1 to 13.8, another 4 or 5 grand, right? And twice, we supported it. We tested it. 9.2, 11, 9.2, 12. And everybody's waiting down here again, right? We're waiting to buy again 9.1 because crap, 9.1 bounced twice here and gave some really good gains for Bitcoin. All right? Take profit on these gains, don't you? But now it found a higher price action area of support. I'm going to make this green. And because of that higher price action area of support, okay, the Bitcoin bulls front run a lot of liquidity that clearly is at this pool around the 9K area. So we have a higher high, we have a higher low, 9K, 91, 95, 4-ish, okay? And we have a lower high, and we're in equilibrium, kind of. And what I mean by that is we can look at this a couple ways. We can see this as a descending triangle where we're putting in lower highs, we're putting in a consistent area of support. Maybe it's 9.5, 9.6, which we hit on July 2nd. Okay, maybe, and actually, really, I should expand this web here of a support, this box of support. Get rid of that right there. Okay, to this basically 9 to 9, 6 or 7. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 times we've had great bounces. Okay, every time Bitcoin has gotten to this area, this mid nines to low nines area. Okay, but how many times can we do that by getting continuously rejected at lower highs? Let's pull up our Bollinger Bands here. There's our Bollinger Bands on the daily chart. Okay, now we've been ranging resistance under middle Bollinger. Middle Bollinger resides tonight a little under 11K. And right now the daily candle has closed. Lower Bollinger support 96, upper Bollinger resistance 12.2 on the daily chart. We're very wide here still on the Bollingers. Okay, which means there's a lot of running room between these, but for a major move to happen, these got to be tighter. Remember how tight we got in February and March? Tightness before expansion, tightness April before expansion, but our tightening has not really allowed the Bollingers to tighten. Bitcoin is so anxious to be bullish, and now we're struggling to maintain that with a very wide daily Bollinger. Not only have we closed our daily candle today, my friends, but we've also closed our weekly candle. So let me just do a couple more things in the daily and go right to the weekly, which is also uber important. Okay, let's focus on the candle formation itself. Okay, it's green, extremely low weekend volume. Lowest volume, I'm on Coinbase here, but this is retail more or less. Lowest volume since early June here. Okay, maintaining, no really sellers, no really buyers. Upper wick, lower wick. We did close with a higher low in the previous day's candle on lower volume. Our overall volume profile average continues to decline, slightly rising, and then we're kind of slowly falling, but pretty much static here. I want to bring up the shape of our candle on the Heikin-Ashi. What we look for in Heikin-Ashi for trend reversals is a color change as well as the candle formation. This is exactly what you want to see for a trend reversal. Extremely tight candle body. Not necessarily needing the upper wicks, lower wicks, okay, long legs, okay, but it's that candle body that basically says that the past couple days of price action is tightening up And when you see this after a trend of several consecutive colored candles, red this time, you can basically say, okay, we're ready for a directional change here. Now we see ourselves again, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9th day of red Heikanashis. This is a very tight body candle here. This is what you're looking for, okay? This is ideal, but this is pretty good. We have a very tight candle body after a bearish trend. And normally this is supposed to represent us to basically trend reversals or exhaustion in a particular direction. We have a similar candle here with our very tight doji here, confirmed, movement bullishly here. But we get a lot of kind of statically crap here because we have finally our candle tight doji here confirmed. Our rejection candles here was actually a string of a couple, very tight. And this is mostly because we had so much energy in the market here. 13, 8, 11, blah, blah, blah. The one thing you have to know about Heikin-Ashi is don't look at the price action here. This is not accurate spot Bitcoin price action here. Bitcoin, because Heikin-Ashi candles use multiple days price action information, this is not the actual price of Bitcoin. So what we're looking for Heikin-Ashi, and I mostly like to use the daily, higher time frames like the weekly. Okay, this is again, it's the same thing here. We have a very tight doji on a bearish side after 3 bearish weeks, produced a very nice bullish candle here. We then close our weekly candle out yesterday, okay, with a sorry, this is basically a 2-week thing here. So we closed our last Heikin-Ashi with again a very tight body, upper leg, lower leg. That's a reversal from the previous candle, which is a bullish candle. So this could indicate from a weekly Heikin-Ashi that we're going bearish. From the daily, though, we could find some relief, even though this isn't the most ideal candle yet. Okay, and really on a Heikin-Ashi scale, it's the follow-up bullish green candle is really your entry and not necessarily this here for a more conservative approach. I also want to bring up Renko. I'm going to be starting talking about Renko a lot in my TA, and Renko is great. I'm going to talk more about it, but to just really briefly here, it's basically based on price action, not time, okay, and not volume. So the way you basically want to look at this in terms of trends, thinking about trends, okay, and then think about a moving average that runs with the Renko block. So I use the EMA 12. You can go lower, MA 10 or EMA 8. Basically, what we're looking for is to break the moving average and then to have the moving average itself be in the trend as the Renko block. So what we have here is a break of the moving average, but it broke when the moving average was more or less flat. Give a couple blocks later, now we have a rising moving average with a rising bullish Renko block pattern. Okay, this is your basically bullish entry here. We were able to break our EMA support here with some bearish Renko blocks, but we're still kind of, sideways, not really falling. We did get this rejection block on the moving average, and then we started to fall here, and then we also had our moving average falling here, EMA falling. This is your sell signal here. This is your short signal. And right now, you see we're kind of in no man's land, okay? We're trying to get back up to retest the EMA. Okay, the EMA is still on a downward trajectory here. We are still just beginning to maybe lessen the curve, but we're still several blocks away from confirming any kind of a buy or sell signal on Renko. And I'll basically expand on that further on future episodes. All right, so a couple more things I want to talk about on the daily. Real quick here on balance volume. Let's expand this feller here. OBV has been very strong consistently with Bitcoin price action. This is the daily chart here. We are still holding this. I guess it's a channel. I like this channel here because we not only that, we were able to find support pretty much over middle channel here. We're bouncing. We're getting closer to another test of our upper channel resistance. I want to touch it. I want to hold it. I want to break it. Maybe I want to back test it. Okay. That'd be very bullish. If we get back down here to our middle channel here, I do not think it's going to hold. Oops. For a third time here. And there's a better chance that we're going to go lower here. But we're getting very close to that test. Okay, we're getting very close to that. Right now, OBV, I like it. It's kind of bullish. It really is. Tuck money flow still above the 0 line on the daily chart here. Okay, angled up here. Money flow is still beginning to continue to trickle in. We're flirting with maybe a higher low. excuse me here, maybe a higher low. Okay, keep an eye on this. If we get rejected here, it's bad news. But if we break above it and find it as support, then there's room to move here bigly. Okay, something like that. Talking money flow. Um, RSI is still bearish. You know, we're under 50. Okay, here's 50. This is where I want to be. We've got this rejection, found support at 40, bounced to 64, double resistance, fell below 50, did a little bit of lower low here, but again, lower 40s. Okay, there's running room. Maybe we test this 50 again. Are we putting in some sort of head and shoulders here? Okay, now if this pumps to 50, that means Bitcoin goes to 10.7, 10.8, 10.9, maybe 11K. Okay, for a double rejection here. Keep an eye on this as the week progresses on the RSI. Daily stochastic testing. So we had a bull cross. We have zeroed out. We want to hold this support. This is interesting here. We could swim with these indicators a little more, but if we hold this cross here, this could have some legs bullishly. Right on the edge there. And this is the MACD. Now listen, we look for the trend change and not the confirmation. The rollover, okay, the rejection, the rollover, the rollover. Are we beginning to roll over? Maybe, maybe. It's really early, and we have put in a higher low on our histogram, so we're starting to climb back up to the positive. Okay, but this is weak still. It's still early in this signal here. Okay, slowly changing around, but nothing confirmed yet. Still very weak. All right, that's enough daily. Let's go to weekly here. Weekly candle. I want to pull up my EMAs again. Okay, many weeks in a row. EMA 12 support. 1, 2, 3. Way up here. We broke it. Came back up. Keep closing above it. If we lose EMA 12 at 9,900 now, 8,400 on my EMA 26 is my backup on the higher time frame weekly scale. We're still bearishly engulfed. Last week's candle, lower volume. Volume trend is declining. Bollinger Bands were above our middle, below our upper BB resistance 13K. Middle Bollinger 8,800. 8,800. We're gonna touch it. We're gonna touch it. Bollinger in the weekly extremely wide. For these to tighten, Bitcoin needs to fall lower. It's just the setup. But they are angled very high here. Up lower Bollinger is rocking high here. This is bullish lower BB. This is a bullish middle BB. This is a neutral upper BB. Big week this week in Bitcoin. We can go up to we can break it, we can test it, or fall through. Ichimoku, we did close literally right above Ichimoku cloud support. And let's face it, folks, this cloud support on the weekly, August 19th, February, this goes into next year at 10.4. You know, we could fart around here for months, which would gain a base. We can dip down. The lower cloud support is still down to 5K, 5,400 in December, right? But once again, weekly candle, Ichimoku close above. I like that. I like it. Moving averages on the weekly still way below price action. MA 100 is the first earliest, $9,400. TD indicator, tone phase indicator. It's great to have been a part of his show. Looking forward to doing more. And really great to see some of my new followers here on my YouTube channel. Remember, guys, hit that subscribe button as well as a thumbs up if you're enjoying this content. Week opens up with a green one, after a red one, after a green one. Indecision, indirection here in our TD on the weekly. Still very early in multiple counts. Nothing yet to derive. Weekly CMF continues to decline. Remember, this is weekly. Okay, we're losing overall weekly volume. I do want to mention the OBV on the weekly If I can find it here. There it is. This is still good. Like, I really like this. I almost don't see this as a wedge or a channel or basically a dead stick channel here. Look at, I mean, resistance, lower high, support. We're above middle channel, just kind of chilling here. Okay, the the, the hodlers are still holding Bitcoin, even with our pullback here. The hodlers are still showing that. Okay, Stoke weekly still falling here. No change direction, still bearish. Weekly, oops, RSI 60, still at 60, still bullish, but we are beginning to put in some sort of a falling wedge here. There was my head and shoulders. Okay, we're doing a little wedge action here. Lower highs, lower lows. Weekly's bullish above 50, daily's under. Weekly still has room to fall. Weekly MACD, look at this here. This is where this is the rest of the year here, folks. I'm telling you. We do like a ricochet with our moving averages here, and we are bullish into the end of the year. Um, we don't. We cross here, and we're falling, and we're going negative in the histogram. Histogram is still positive, barely. This is the important week, I tell you. We're going to test to see if we can get a reversal and hold our positive histogram. If we go into the negative, it'll be the first negative histogram since February of this year. MACD on the weekly is one to watch. Just a quick check here on the monthly. The candle's not looking that great at all. Okay, volume's not coming in. It is August, but this triple upper rejection. Only one thing I want to show is the Bollinger Bands. Monthly Bollinger Bands still incredibly wide. This is the first. I mentioned this on Tone's show. This is the first declining middle Bollinger in years. Middle BB has been on an uptrend for years. This is the first. July to August, we went up, flat, down. First dip in our middle Bollinger in years. We have dipped on our upper BB, now more exacerbated. We're finally tightening our monthlies, but this could take months. This could take us into well into next year to keep tightening, and this could be a range of Bitcoin above 345, below 12, 11, 10, and everything kind of in between. It's a possibility. All right, 22 minutes. Let's go back to our daily here. Take a couple more things here, and then we'll wrap it up. Once again, my friend, thank you for spending some time with me on your Sunday evening or Monday morning or Monday afternoon. Whenever you're seeing this video, please remember to hit that thumbs up if you're enjoying my content and subscribe. Also at Twitter, I'm at Big Chonis. Let's hide our Bollingers for a second. Let's see here. Now, dailies here, we're still resisting moving average MA50, supporting MA100. And listen, I wouldn't be surprised if we kind of just bounce around here, okay? Finding support, finding resistance, hovering in the tens. It could happen because of these MAs and the way the price action is flirting with them. I also wanted to mention our MAs 200 on the 4-hour chart. Right? This has been very important here. Resistance, resistance, resistance. This is key here. If we do not get above MA200 on the 4-hour, this could kill it. This could kill it, and it could confirm this is also a bear flag, which I think it is. I think it's a bear flag. I really do. But we'll only know that when we break support, right? And still supports 10.2, 10.1, little wick down here. If we get back into the 9Ks again, I don't know, especially with this volume. Next week's gonna be kind of crazy. All right, I want to look at one more chart here. I want to look at BTC1. This is our CME. Last video I mentioned the gap here. There's a gap, upper gap 11, up to 11. Let's do this here. Up to 11.9. There's a lower gap here, unfilled, down to 8.5. And it was brought to my attention. And yes, I concur that there is another gap in the CME futures 4-hour chart right here, and it's down to 7178, right around 7178, 72. And let's boom. Now the purples here are gaps on the 4 hour that were filled. You should be there, and they were filled with follow-up price action on the 4 hour chart. Okay, gap, fill it, gap, fill it, gap, fill it, gap, fill it, gap. No fill it yet. We got as low as 9,000. Gap. No fill it yet. We got as low as 74. The gap was as low as 71. And for all you bulls out there, gap. No fill it yet. Gap to 911.9. Price action at 10.3. And we have opened a new week here. I don't think we created a new gap. Nope. We opened our weekly candle within the price action of last week. That's fine. We opened our daily within the price action of the last day. That's fine. No new gaps on the daily or the weekly. So I'm sticking with my 4 hour chart on the CME futures. These are the gaps I'm seeing. Bulls take it to 11.9. Bears take it to 8.5. Take it to 7.2. And why is the 4 hour gap? Why is Chonis talking about the 4 hour gap? Because there was a 4 hour gap at 13.8 that was open all the way since January of 2018, and it just happens to be the one place where we actually wicked out around on Bitcoin spot price. We actually blew through it on the CME because CME has been trending with a bullish trend to Bitcoin spot price. Not really seeing that anymore. We're actually losing it. We were doing hundreds of dollars higher. Now we're not. That's why I've focused on the 4 hour CME futures. And so far, historically, now that the 13.8 was filled, even though it took a year, right? This was open in January, a year and a half to fill it, it did fill. So I have no doubt that sometime in the history of Bitcoin, 11.7 will be filled, 11.9, as well as 8.5 and 7.2. The question is which one gets filled first. All right, guys, it's Big Chonis. Hope you guys learned something tonight. I look forward to giving you guys my thoughts on the market. Very exciting announcement. Hoping to get it launched sometime in the next week or so. I'm joining a Discord group with some very close friends of mine, very like-minded traders. I don't want to talk too much about it because we're still kind of ironing out the name of a group and how it's all going to be set up, but it's going forward. And I'm very excited about it because I want another avenue to basically express my thoughts and ideas, TA, FA, on Bitcoin, and I'm excited to bring this in a new venue. So more information to follow, but hopefully very soon, hopefully this week. Guys, if you enjoy my content, please give me a thumbs up, give me a like, give me a follow on Twitter, tell your friends. I will be there for you if you are there for me. Until next time, this is Big Chonis. Thanks for playing. Thanks for watching. We'll talk to you very soon.